Texas Prison Story family salute, man. It's your boy Tim Snow. Back here with another one. We're here with a pretty foul topic tonight, but hey, it's real life, and what are we all about? The show and channel is this is not the life you want. That really is our motto, and we can think of a million different ways to talk about it and show you. This one here, this one might be hard for some people to believe, but if you've been inside of a federal prison, then you already know a little something about it, right? If you don't know who Josh Duggar was, which I think most of you will, he was the star of 19 Kids and Counting. That was a reality show where his kids had 19 kids. His parents had 19 kids. Josh Duggar lately was found guilty of molesting multiple underage children, including 4 of his siblings. So he's a real sick puppy. He's gotten a lot of attention because of the show. And I did a video about a year ago where Josh Duggar got caught with a cell phone. When he got caught with the cell phone, at that time, I literally said the man was probably in there doing child pornography and all kind of stuff, right? In his prison. I know you think that's probably not possible, but a couple friends of mine called me and let me know that a few days ago, one of Josh Duggar's friends in prison was actually busted and arrested with child pornography in the facility. These guys are located in Seagoville, which is a prison in Texas in the Dallas area. It's a low security federal prison that literally houses these men and protects these men. They're not all sex offenders there. So if you know somebody that's straight in Seagoville, don't put that on them, right? Because there are a few. I do know a couple guys with good charges, or no good charge, but you know what I'm saying. They weren't child pornographers like the other guys there. So this case is extremely disturbing because here's something that we never talk too much about, right? The federal system is violent. It's dangerous. They have so many places in there where people with cases where they cooperated and told they're not allowed to stay, violence will happen to them if they try. And there's a lot of places where these type of people are just not permitted whatsoever. Me and AR talked about it recently where they put out a chomo list in Beaumont. The guards put it out. They ran every one of them off the prison. But there are certain places where the system themselves put these guys, right? And in those places, they become their own gang, if you want to know the truth. They literally have a chomo gang, a chomo car, where these guys have a speaker. They have their own organization, their own places they sit, their own TVs, everything. And like we said at all times, in prison there's powers in numbers, so there'll be more of them than there is anybody else. I'm going to tell you a little something about this guy right here that Duggar was hanging out with and that got caught with the child pornography, and I'll explain how he got it. Okay? This man was indicted in 2020 in the Eastern District of Oklahoma. The defendant did knowingly possess and access with intent to view and attempt to possess and access with the intent to view a visual depiction of a child. This man here is disgusting, y'all. Very disgusting. His name is Richard King. Richard King was busted by some pictures being found on a computer. He was conversing through a sugar daddy website with a woman and also conversing with multiple children. The woman in question here in his case was actually sending him pictures of her son naked, needed a place to live, and I believe agreed to allow her child to sexually pleasure Mr. King. I'm not exactly sure how they were caught or how it was found on the computer, but after they looked into it, Mr. King, this scumbag here, was also caught what he called grooming minors, teaching them about sex, sending them pictures of his genitals, and he was teaching these young children how to masturbate. This is the sick type of individual that Duggar's hanging out with in there, because he's the exact same way. These guys will be right there comfortable with SPM. They like them little. Okay? I don't know, it's disgusting. So In a prison like this, there's no such thing as prison justice. The only type of prison justice that you might even hope to find in these places will probably be from the guards, because when you're in a place like that, they protect them people so much. Safe prisons and all that was implemented and applied to protect sex offenders. They were the ones in there getting raped, getting abused, and everything else. The stand-up men, they were fine. Look at this. Richard King charged with possession of child pornography. Printed black and white sexually explicit photos of prepubescent girls. So what they do in the penitentiary nowadays, because they've taken these pornographic magazines out a long time ago, where we were, you could buy black and white photocopies of naked women. They were literally old penthouses, old hustlers, old everything like that. I mean, old, years old. And these guys have been keeping these photocopies and hustling off that same magazine over and over again for years. All right. In there to get an actual book with color photos was near impossible. And I don't even know if the original still exists. So guys would buy the book. They sneak down to education, other places, law library, and sneak these photocopies, right? And that's what they're doing with these child pornography. They're literally making photocopies and distributing it around the prison. Could you imagine it being a fly on the wall in these men's cell when they bring their homeboy a new packet of pictures of prepubescent children? Got Josh Duggar rubbing his hands together, drooling. Got Richard King coming in there, hands still sticky, probably pages still sticky. These dudes are really like this. And it's amazing how much the system protects them, right? The federal system takes that checking in PC stuff serious. They really do. That's why we said R. Kelly is fine right now. That's why Puff Daddy's going to be fine. They have these places that are particularly there just for these type of guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. This man right here that we're talking about also had some previous charges of exposing himself to a kid, sodomizing a child that wasn't followed up in the conviction. He's been a dangerous man from day one. People like this, they don't change, man. It's literally disgusting, and they're not getting the punishment they need. When these people go to Texas prisons, they're going to get extorted, treated bad, ostracized. But we even have a couple places where they can go, and they're the majority, right? It's just gross. I wonder if they went and shook down everybody else in his car and his clique. See, there literally is the Chomo clique, the Chomo car. I can promise you they didn't, all right? Because the prison guards working in Seagoville know that these guys do it. They know what's going on. They know what time it is, and they're letting these men convicted out. That's unbelievable. It really is. Let's see some comments, y'all. Our low security usually filled with people who are supposed to be PC'd up. So in all reality, we're talking federal prison right here, and the low security prisons have a mixture of solid men that work their way down after doing years in prison, and then have a lot of people that stayed, began their time there for these weirdo cases. And they don't intermingle. Never think that the solid men on these prisons are intermingling with these guys. They're not sitting at a table with them. They're not speaking with them. They're not eating with them. They're not watching TV with them. They're not doing anything with them. Yet and still they have to be around them. The only way for them to leave the prison and get off of that yard is to do something to one of them. Then you're going to get more time. You might go to the smooth program. You might mess your life up. So the men that are around these guys, just ignore them. It's the easiest, simplest thing to do. Too many of them to take out. You start playing with them over there, they'll jump you. Imagine being in a penitentiary setting. You're a real man. You don't like these type of people, you make it be known and they attack you. Boy, you have some issues to deal with internally on that one. Wouldn't getting jumped by a bunch of chomos, but it can really happen, and it has happened before. So yeah, it's amazing. I just wanted people to know that this is really happening. Like, this is really going on, and just a dark part of prison. All right, until they start giving these people executions, till they start really taking them out, doing whatever need to be done, this thing is going to continue to happen. I believe they shouldn't even probably be allowed to watch TV. You know what? You can believe that the sex offenders are probably in there watching Sesame Street on their TV. Think about it. Grown men and like children. Could you imagine being in the day room while these fools watching Sesame Street? Ain't no way in hell, huh? I'd probably catch a case to get off. Unbelievable. Hey Drew, who touched you when you was a little kid? Was it your uncle or your daddy? And I'm sorry that happened, my brother, for real. Trolling in the comments ain't gonna get you nowhere though. uh, Dixer, what's up, Dixer? I see you. Hope everybody's doing all right on Sunday, man. Real talk, cause we're this story just came across, so I'm the first person I believe to report on it. Shout out to Katie Joy. If any of y'all watch this, y'all know Katie Joy without a crystal ball. Last time I did a story about her, she reached out to me, shared my video out about him, and I doubt she knew that this was one of his friends, if she even knew that somebody got busted. So it's disgusting. I just really wanted to put it out there and let everybody realize that there are cliques, crews, and gangs of these people. Birds of a feather flock together, and this is not the place you want to be. That's for real. Y'all do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe, share this out, and we'll catch y'all later. Texas Prison Story family, salute.